There's rosemary here. Can you see? Nice and fresh rosemary. And there's a fresh thyme here. You know the beauty of planting your own herbs is you get to use very, very fresh herbs. And this is as fresh as they come. I just picked it up in the garden. Hello, Mdanam. I just picked it up outside the door. Okay. Now I've got thyme there and rosemary. Nice and fresh. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw some few garlics. Few garlic cloves there. Just nice and fresh also. I just peel them up, you know. This is what I do is I don't like to use the garlic that is already crushed for you, because I don't believe that garlic is as strong than this garlic. So I always prefer this one. Now I've just cut a lemon in half. It always helps to keep the color, the lemon. Every time when you do something, you want to keep the color. Lemon preserves that, and then it also gives you that flavor that you need from lemon. And especially now it's during winter, we have that vitamin C that we need, and there's a lot of vitamin C in this product. This is fruit, you know. This fruit has got a lot of vitamin C, so we put a couple of vitamin C's inside here. Nice. I always use strain. Sometimes when I don't have strain, I use my hands, but strain is going to do the work properly. Now I'm going to put a bit of olive oil inside. This olive oil, when you go to Macro, sometimes these companies run special. You buy a bottle of wine with the olive oil inside it as a gift. They're running a special, so I always make sure that I take advantage of those specials when they have them. Flavor that is coming out from here just from smelling this. It's amazing. Just get a bit of salt and coarse pepper. I always keep a very generous amount of pepper inside. I've just noticed that I don't have a coarse salt, but I'm going to use a fine salt. I'm just going to use a fine salt. Nice. The smell that is coming out here. The smell, the aroma that is coming out here. Yeah. Oh. Put this in the lamb. You put this in the beef steak. This is beautiful. It's up to you. If anyone, they like people like cheese, you can just throw a bit of cheese inside here. It's up to you. It's limitless, you know. You can throw anything that you want inside here. You know, so spoiled for choices. So you can put anything that you want here inside. Oh, the smell that is coming up from this, the smell, you know, the fresh garlic, the fresh thyme, the fresh rosemary. Wow. Yeah. The pepper, you know. Beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh. I don't know how we'll have done these things. You know what? When we don't have the stone, what we do is we normally cut them, finely chop with the chopping knife, and but the stone doesn't work very well, and it puts everything very, very nicely together. I mean, now this thing has created nice paste here. This paste is one thing that you can do. You can use it, you can utilize it, you can add it in the butter. That's what I'm gonna do. Some of it is gonna end up in that butter. This butter, you know, it's gonna end up in this butter. So most of this thing that I'm doing here, it's gonna end up here. And I'm gonna do nice little lollipops. Okay, my lollipops are all gone now to work. I always nice those nice lollipops. Someone broke my stone. This stone is broken, and see, it actually fell down somewhere. I don't know who dropped it, and conveniently, the person who dropped it made sure that he didn't tell me. Yeah, because I'm not happy. So that information was concealed, was kept away from me. Now, when I use many things, oh, look at this paste that is being created here. Now, I'm gonna take this butter. I'm gonna get a nice bowl and put it in the microwave for a few seconds. Let's say 30 seconds in the microwave. Let me just use this. Let me just use something else. Just keep on focusing here. I'm coming just now. Oh, taste. What I'm gonna do is just gonna take this butter. And look at the paste. Look at this paste. Don't know what about these little strings here. They're gonna end up being cooked, and these are the things that are carrying a lot of your flavors that you want. And beautiful. I just pressed it here, look there. I pressed. It's nice and soft. Put it here. Same thing. All this butter must end up here. I'm doing something very special. Put two of them. Maybe less, because of a nice generous amount of this thing. The flavor that's gonna come out of this thing is composing. Yeah. I'm gonna cook you later ostrich burger, and I make sure that in the ostrich burger, this butter is gonna end up there. You're gonna love it. One boy.
Yeah.
I'm just simply showing you that it is so simple to be successful in life. You know, it's so simple. It's not rocket scientist. To be successful, you can make this butter. You can open a business selling this butter, so you can supply Pick and Pay. You can supply Woolworths. You can supply anyone. You make this thing. You can supply restaurants. You can supply hotels. You know, because of some hotels, some restaurants, they don't have time, or some of the chefs, they don't know how to make these things. You just be creative. You go all out. You do your own creation. You know, your own recipes. You know. Now let's mix this in. Now I'm just going to give it a bit of sizzling. A bit of my secret sizzling. Just to give it a bit of my sizzling. This goes very, very well with steaks. You can use whisk. You can use your tongue. You can use not tongue, sorry. I'm using a spatula here. You can use a wooden spoon. It's up to you. Look at this already. Already it's got that personality, it's got an attitude. You know, that's what you want. You need that personality. When you put this thing into your product, you must shout it out. Say, I've arrived. This is what you want. You just generously work it in. You kind of like fold it in. Folding it in. This is what is called folding in the pastry world. You know, folding it in. Remember what was here, boy, there? Do you remember what the ingredients that were here?
Yeah.
Just name just one or two of them.
Garlic and lemon.
Garlic and lemon, and what else? The herbs.
Yes, the herbs.
Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah. The herbs names are it's rosemary and thyme. Rosemary and thyme, my boy. You're working it in between. You don't want flavors to be separated. Bit of salt again. Remember, this thing is already, the butter has been salted already. So salted butter, but mind you that this is going to be used for steak. This is going to end up in a steak. Burger is part of the steak. No. It's going to be used in a minute. So we need flavors in this thing. The flavors. Perfect. Beautiful. Now we're going to start rolling this thing now. Come this side, Papa. Come this side. Yeah, remember when I said to you that the lemon, it helps keep the color. Those fresh herbs, they don't turn brown once you start pounding them. It's easy for them to just turn brown. They will never turn brown when you've added a lemon in them. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, I know a lot of people they use piping bag to pipe this thing here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a shortcut. I'm just gonna put it in my hand. A lot of people use piping bag. I'm gonna use that. It's as simple as this. Come on. Nothing much to do here. Go. It's as simple as this. That's it. Can you see that? Now I turn it. Let it look at me. See? Oh, the flavor. It's gorgeous. It says that, my boy. Now what you do is you hold the corner, you hold the other corner. You negotiate it until it runs forward. You want it. There's this air. You want to close that air there. So, just keep on rolling it. So to give it the texture that you want it, the size that you want. Now, that's it. It's as simple as that. Put it in the freezer. Put like literally a few seconds. Literally a few seconds, not much. That's all what you do. And you open a business. Yeah, boy. You don't open a business, my boy. You know. You're selling a variety of flavors, you know. Of flavors of this thing. It is as simple as that. You do this thing here. You can pipe, guys. Now I remember. I hope you remember what I've said earlier. You can pipe this thing. Don't worry about those lines. There were some strings of butter. I mean, of the herbs that were left there. The time we were putting this thing together. Just put it as clumsy as this. As clumsy. This is clumsy. You know. I think I put a little bit too much. Just take a bit out. It's just clumsy. But what I'm gonna do is once you start rolling, the clumsy fades. I mean, just goes away. The clumsiness, just literally, just because of you rolling it. You know, just because of you rolling it. So that you just hold here on the sides, you keep on rolling again. It's as simple as this. And some people use piping bags, some people are using molds to do these things. Who has a mold in a household? Not all of us have these molds. So I don't have to play everything. Just because I've just messed up this one a little bit. Can you see? There were some air bulbs, there was some little bit of airflow inside there. What you can do is you can even, you see now I just realized that I can have another shape. Can you see? The nice square shapes. You can do these square shapes like that. It's up to you. See? Can you see? I've just messed up this one a little bit. This time it was in the fridge. Now just do it again. If you actually like this, Let me just put it there for a few seconds. I mean, let's say just 1 minute. You are going to see this thing already like hard. And that's what you want. What then you do is you then put it in you slice it. You slice it nicely. And remember, I said to you that the size that you get from this thing, I mean, the butter that you just throw there, the only thing that is not done right here is the amount. I'm not measuring the amounts, you can say. Once I start doing this thing professionally, obviously everything must be measured. If it's going to be 200 grams, if it's going to be 100 grams, let all of them be 100 grams. You understand? I'm just doing this thing for my own restaurant. This thing. I was a bit generous this side. Skim it a little bit. Spread it this side, yeah. See? Once all that is done now, then you start working with your hands now. Hello? Hello? Ngizafunda mntanami. Njengoba wenza. Yeah? Ibutter maphamaka. Ibutter maphamaka. What you can do even here, my boy, you can tidy it nicely here. Tight, can you see? Gives them that nice finishing. You put all of them. Do you want to taste it? It's very, very nice. في الفريج هنا ولا فريج الدار whether it's a fridge or freezer. See, it's already hardening up nicely. Nicely. It's as easy as that. It's not a rocket scientist, you know. It's simple things that you can cook. Where? Come down. Haki go on now. See, even though you say you don't want to taste this, before end of today I'll make sure that you taste it. And I will hear you saying, Baba, can I have more of that? Yeah? It's very nice, brother. What do you do with it? Yeah. That's what I'm doing. It's as simple as that, Papa. Very, very simple compass. Just throw it clumsy. There's no rules here. Just throw it. And then what you do is one day you'll say, I saw my father do this. Long time ago. You know. The only thing the compressor you just do here, just close it. Once it's closed, then you can play around with it. Once it's closed like this, my boy, then you can play around with it. You can't play around when it's open. It's gonna be all over your skins. See, I'm playing around with it. It's possible, you know? It's closed. See those air bubbles inside there? We want to close them. See? Now we're going want to make it tight now. Let's roll it. And once it's all done, nice and you then slice it. And you put it on top of your burger, it just melts. It just melts and it gives you all that, those harmonies, those notes, the garlic, those garlic cloves, the olive oil, lemon. You'll pick it up there. And then rosemary, thyme, you're gonna pick them up here. They're all sitting inside here, you know. So there's magic sitting here. It's gonna give your food enhanced flavors, you know, and then you'll thank me later. Very, very simple to do. Simple recipes. This is part of it. This is part of it. This too is part of it. And the butter. And obviously with some fresh herbs. It's as simple as that. Yeah. It's as simple as that.